In this video, we will study about the different parts of female reproductive system. In female reproductive system also, there is a primary sex organ. That means the ovaries. So a pair of ovaries are there. So primary sex organ is ovary. Then there are some other organs and ducts which help. So other organs include uterus, fallopian tube, vagina, and then there are glands which are going to help. So in this glands, we would add different glands like Bartholin's gland and mammary glands. So these glands and their secretion would again help in the process. So function of the primary sex organ, that is ovary, is to produce the female gamete, that is egg, and to produce the female sex hormones. Now if we are talking about the location, the ovaries are small almond-shaped glands and they are located in the lower abdominal region, that is in the pelvic region. So ovaries are in pelvic region. That means they are inside the abdominal cavity. If you are able to recall, in case of male reproductive system, the primary sex organ, that is testes, are extra-abdominal. And the reason was, for sperm formation, the temperature which is required is 2 degrees below the body temperature. No such temperature requirement is seen for egg formation. And that is why the ovaries are always in the abdominal cavity in the pelvic region. So they are small, almond-shaped, approximately 8 centimeters long and about 5 centimeters wide. So a small gland. They are suspended to their position with the help of certain mesenteries. Mesenteries are thin mucous membrane folds. So they are suspended here with the help of, there are transparent mucous folds, one which attaches the ovary to the body wall. This mesentery is known as mesovarium. So it connects ovary to the abdominal wall. And that is how the ovaries are suspended in their own position. So there are 2 such ovaries on either side. Now from the ovaries, the egg is released. Actually we say egg is released, but it is not the egg, it is the secondary oocyte which is released. And this is collected by the fallopian tube. So there is a fallopian tube, there is a tube-like structure which is going to collect this egg from here and conduct it to the uterus. So this part is the fallopian tube. The first part, which is swollen part, is known as the ampulla. This ampulla has various parts. This broad funnel-like part of ampulla is known as the isthmus, or sorry, not isthmus, infundibulum. And this part is the isthmus part. So this broad funnel-like infundibulum, it has to collect the egg. Now the egg, from this structure it appears that if ovary releases the egg, it is going to fall down. But it creates a movement of some finger-like structures. Here there are this funnel-like opening, and the funnel-like opening has these kind of finger-like structures. They move and create a suction so that the egg is collected by it. These finger-like structures are known as fimbriae, which move and collect the egg. So the opening here funnel-like structure, it would have an opening. The opening is known as ostium. These finger-like structures which are there, they are called the fimbriae. And this funnel-like structure is known as the infundibulum. This entire part is the ampulla region. And then comes the tubular part. So the egg will be collected by the ampulla and then it will be conducted to the uterus. This fallopian tube, it opens into a muscular structure. This muscular structure is inverted pear-shaped structure, and this is known as the womb or the uterus. This is the place where implantation takes place. Ampulla is the place where fertilization takes place. So ampulla is the site for fertilization and uterus is the site for implantation. If zygote is formed, it will come here and will get implanted, placenta formation, everything will take place here. So this muscular structure is called the uterus. This fallopian tube is a longer tube, complete fallopian tube. If I have to just give this whole structure, this is the fallopian tube. And it is about 10 to 15 centimeters long. There are three parts of this. The first part is called the ampulla part, then the isthmus part, and then the last part is the fundic part, because this is the one which is going to join with the uterus, or you can also call it the uterine part. Now this uterus has three layers. The outermost layer is known as the perimetrium. Outer is perimetrium. This is fibrous so that it provides little strength to it. The next layer is a muscular layer which is very well developed, and this layer is known as the myometrium. Myometrium. This is the muscular layer, and the innermost layer is highly vascular and is folded, and this innermost layer is known as the endometrium. Endometrium. So this is how the uterine wall is formed. There are three distinct layers. The outer is peri, the middle is myo because it is made up of muscles, and the inner one is endometrium and it is highly vascular. This upper bulging part of the uterus is known as the fundic part or fundus. This part is called the body part, and the narrow tube-like part is known as the cervix. Now, we said that the ovaries are suspended in their own position with the help of mesentery. One mesentery we already made here, which is known as mesovarium. It helps the ovary suspend from the body wall. Now there is one more mesentery which is going to help in attachment of the ovary to the uterine wall. So here also there is this thin membranous fold, and this is known as, I'm going to label it here, this is called the ovarian ligament. So there are two main folds with the help of which the ovaries are suspended in their position. Now this narrower part is called the cervix. Cervix opens into another muscular structure which is called vagina. Vagina has inner surface which is rough, that is known as vaginal run. So this part is vagina, and vagina opens out with the help of an opening which is known as vaginal opening, or it is also known as vulva. This opening has a thin membranous structure in case of virgin females. This membranous structure is known as hymen. It is found only in virgin females. So this is how the female reproductive system is. A pair of ovaries, they release the eggs and they are also going to produce the female sex hormone. Egg will be received by the fallopian tube where fertilization takes place, and then it is conducted towards this muscular structure, that is the uterus. Uterus is going to open into vagina and vagina opens out. We'll talk about external genitalia later. Now when we are talking about this tube, that is the cervix. Here when we talk of cervix, we are seeing a small narrow tube. If we just focus on this tube, it has an opening here and it has an opening here. So this upper opening is known as internal os. Os is an abbreviation for orifice, and this is known as the external os. So cervix is a narrow tube which opens into vagina. The vagina is lined with non-keratinized stratified epithelia, and this vagina acts as birth canal also, because from here only the fully formed fetus would be expelled, and it is the same place where the sperms would get deposited. So it receives the sperms also, and it also acts as birth canal. So this is the overall arrangement of all the parts. Now in the next video we'll take up all these parts individually and we'll see the structures in detail.